we coupled neurostimulation together with artificial intelligence. So we are targeting people's brain, and there's a lot of ethical questions here. And how my research with really small tweaks could actually be much closer in order to impact society. I think neurostimulation has a lot of potential here. So my name is Roi Cohen Kadosh. I'm professor of cognitive neuroscience and the head of School of Psychology, and I'm the chief scientific officer of Cognite Neurotechnology. And we are based at SETsquared Surrey Research Park. So Cognite is based on my research for 20 years in the area of neurostimulation. So what I've done so far is that we deliver low current that is painless, and it's safe if you know how to use that, in order to change how different brain regions are working. And what we do, we target brain regions that are involved in a certain cognitive function, certain ability that we are interested in order to improve it. We change how the brain works in order to improve our ability. Most of our research is aimed to target learning. So we want to improve how people learn, for example, mathematics or a second language, or to improve their attention, so to be much more focused. And there is, of course, a link between two, because the more focused you are, the better you're going to learn and remember what you learned. It's coming in a small box. It's like a rugby hat. It can be as a helmet. It depends, of course, on the type of device. It's mobile. It doesn't connect to any machine. It's operated by a small battery, because what we deliver is a very low current. It's actually, people cannot differentiate if they receive the current or not when they are engaging in a certain task. It's very quiet, it doesn't make any noise, and we can control it remotely when it is connected to a wireless, or we can just upload the best neurostimulation protocol based on the individual characteristics. So one of the unique things about Cognite is that we coupled neurostimulation together with artificial intelligence. That allows us to tailor the neurostimulation to the specific individuals, because different individuals going to have a bit slightly different ways on how the brain is working. And this allows us to target the brain more optimally to improve how it works and to improve our cognitive function. What we have done so far, we completed a project funded by the Ministry of Defense that we delivered neurostimulators to people at home. We controlled that remotely, and we change how the neurostimulation works to maximize the effect of the attention. So we want to improve people's attention and to maximize that while controlling it remotely. So this was successful. And now we aim to take it to the next level and to improve people's ability to learn, to improve their exam scores, for example, to improve their memory on what they learned. So that's a project that they are now building. I benefit from being in both fields because interacting with investors, with other companies, with CEO, it makes me think about my research and how my research with really small tweaks could actually be much closer in order to impact society, rather than just publish in really great journals, which this is of course what I want. But with a bit of small tweaks, it can actually allow us to produce research that take it much closer to society, because eventually what I would like to do is have a positive impact on society. And another benefit of working with industry is that some of the skills from the business world could be very beneficial when you are in a leadership position. So just think how to get some of the skills that been used in very successful companies and try to implement that also in academia. Of course, academia is not a business, it's a different things, we have different aims, but we can all the time pick and choose things that could be beneficial. So taking my research skills, thinking things like critical thinking, how to design a better research, knowing what is actually good things and bad things, allows me, I think, to produce something that I can trust much more when we are going to take it to the market. So in terms of competitors, what we aim is to go first to the area of education. There are no real competitors from neurostimulation in that area. I think I have I have a lot of reputation in that area in my field, so that's really good. I don't see at the moment any competitions from neurostimulation. That most of the ways that people aim to improve education is mostly externally, so changing the environment, providing better technology and so on, but not really targeting the brain. If you would think about that, it's just like if we would treat athletes in a way that we are going just to give them better shoes, we're going to build better tracks and facilities. But nowadays, we know we need to affect their body. It's better nutrition, it's better way how the brain works and to use this type of understanding in order to improve their performance. So I think this is what the company uniquely offers. In addition, we of course combining neurostimulation with AI. This is a patented technology that Surrey holds. So I think this is a huge advantage as well. Most of the money at the moment is invested into developing new drugs or to improve our abilities or as a way to provide new therapies. I think neurostimulation has a lot of potential here that is still not fulfilled. And with more people who are going to use that, I think there's going to be much more recognition of what it can, the transformative power that it could allow. This is also why we target education in young adults. These are early adopters, and I think it could allow them the improvement that they really need in order to fulfill their ambitions in terms of their career opportunities. I think in the next 5 years, what we need to do is to quantify really well the added improvement that we see when our product is used. We would like it to be at scale. And I think is doing that and going into the right place, whether it is the US or China, India, that at the moment seems to be like the markets that will have most of the people who would like to use such a product. The other issue is neuroethics. So we are targeting people's brain, and there's a lot of ethical questions here. And I worked with neuroethicists in order to bear that in mind already at this stage rather than later on. So one question, for example, are we going to create, are we going to increase the gap in the society? Are we going to take those who are already really good and make them even better and basically increase the mental gap? It seems to not be the case. It seems actually that those who benefited the most from the neurostimulation are those that are actually lagging behind, which is fantastic news. It doesn't mean lagging behind that they have some type of atypical development. Even average people with average abilities benefited much more than those who are really on the top, which means that maybe there are some limits in how much we can improve how the brain works. But we will need to continue and stay tuned in order to address any emerging ethical issues and be able to address it in the best possible way. One of the things that I'm really grateful to SETsquared is the ability to access mentors that have a lot of experience, and I think it's really great to have great minds that can help me to shape the business in the best possible way. Another way are the different courses and trainings that they offer. I do not know otherwise how would I be able to really have this knowledge to scale up the business. The third aspects that I really benefit from SETsquared are the different events and access to investors. And I think this is also something that I'm really grateful for that. Well, I would love to hear back from people who look on this video, and whether there are other companies that we can team up together, that they think that we can provide value to them and they can do the back to us, potential investors, or anyone who has maybe a very interesting idea that I should be aware of. That would be really great to hear.